Welcome to Vogue B&B, your daily destination for the latest, bold and the beautiful spoilers, breaking updates, and unforgettable drama. Subscribe now and never miss a shocking twist. Bold and the Beautiful is turning Heartbreak into a competition. B&B's youngest generation is trapped in a toxic cycle of scorekeeping. As Will, Electra and Dylan turn their heartbreak into a competition for moral superiority, their obsession with being right makes true closure impossible. Electra and Dylan has evolved into a competition in which validation replaced resolution. Younger generation needs to keep score. The ongoing conflict between Will, Crew Morrow, Electra, Linnea Grace, and Dylan, Sydney Bullock, exposes a frustrating trend among this young crowd. Each of them has weaponized personal drama to win arguments. No one is actually listening to or understanding each other's perspective. Instead, they have become more focused on proving they were the ones most hurt. She believed this betrayal gave her the right to make unilateral demands of her ex-boyfriend. Meanwhile, Will refused to simply apologize and move forward. He constantly brought up how many times Electra dumped him in the past to lessen the weight of his current mistakes. He was blind to see how bad his overnight with Dylan looked to Electra. In the meantime, Dylan tracked every time Electra called her obsessed, using those harsh comments to justify her pursuit of Will. In the same breath, Dylan claimed that Electra will never want to be her friend again. She failed to see the wrong she herself had done in fracturing their bond. Outside players like RJ, Brian Nicoletti, and Ivy, Ashley Brewer have kept their own scorecards. They fueled the fire to serve their own romantic or family agendas. Why the need to be right makes it hard for Will and Electra to move. The biggest obstacle for Will and Electra is that neither wants peace as much as they want a victory. Forgiveness requires admitting vulnerability, but both characters treat giving an inch as a total defeat. Electra placed impossible demands on Will, such as kicking Dylan out of the beach house. These ultimatums were designed to test Will's loyalty rather than fix their broken relationship. By relitigating every single past breakup, Will and Electra remain stuck in their toxic history. This ensures that they will never be able to build a stable future together, because being right has become more valuable than staying together. They have paralyzed their relationship in a defensive loop where closure is impossible. Carter and Daphne are starting to grieve different futures on Bold and the Beautiful. Carter continues to rely on hope, while Daphne appears to be mourning the future they thought they would have. Carter and his wife Daphne are heartbroken after Daphne's diagnosis of early menopause. She learns she cannot have biological children. As the couple processes this devastating news, they struggle to let go of their shared dream of having a family. The ongoing conflict threatening Carter, Lawrence St. Victor, and Daphne, Muriel Hilaire, is not the medical diagnosis of early menopause. The true threat is the present emotional gulf between them as they process the same heartbreak in different ways. That was obvious on Tuesday's episode of B&B. As Daphne continued to slide into despair, Carter still held on to hope. He told Ridge, Thorsten Kaye, that he had considered other options. Carter wants to jump into problem-solving mode to fix the problem. He already opened himself up to the idea of surrogacy or adoption, even though Daphne wants to conceive naturally. Even though it's not the future they envisioned, Carter still wants to make having a child and family happen. Carter's intense desire for a family makes him refuse to let their dream die. Shifting the focus to complicated medical procedures allows Carter to avoid sitting with his grief, her biological finality. She feels intense shame as a result of her diagnosis. She viewed her body as a disappointment to her husband. Daphne is currently grieving the specific future of carrying Carter's biological child, but Carter's rush to find alternative paths leaves her feeling rushed, unseen, and alone in her pain. He doesn't realize that he's only pushing her away further. The biggest obstacle for these newlyweds is not the infertility itself, but learning how to navigate their shared trauma when their coping mechanisms clash. Carter's rapid search for a fix invalidates Daphne's need to cry, process, and eventually heal. In the meantime, Daphne's despair can make Carter feel like it's an abandonment of their future. If the couple can't bridge their emotional divide, the drive to fix the problem could lead to reckless situations, like a back-alley adoption or surrogacy plot that ruins their marriage.